again, and welcome to another edition of the Cardinal News Update. Joined today by Megan Schnabel, business reporter for Cardinal News. And Megan, I wanted to talk to you today because you recently did what I thought was a really great story on Bristol and the opening of the casino there and its impact. And I just want to take some time to just kind of talk to you and get your impressions about what you saw while you're there. So the casino just opened. Can you just give us a rundown? You know, what is it and what isn't it right now?
Hey, Tom. Well, that's a really good question. What is it and what isn't it? Because eventually this will be a Hard Rock casino and resort. For now, though, it's just called the Bristol Casino. It's a temporary casino that will be in place for about 2 years while the full resort is constructed. And because it doesn't have the full-fledged, Hard Rock all the amenities yet. They're not calling it a Hard Rock yet, but it's still a pretty sizable facility. It has 870 slot machines, more than 20 table games. There's a sports book, there's a sports bar, there's a couple of restaurants. It's all in the old Belk store at the former Bristol Mall, which closed back in the 70s.
So it's a good adaptive reuse of the Bristol Mall. And I know that, everybody everywhere where there are malls, in many cases, the malls aren't doing great. Go ahead.
Tom, I just realized I made an error. It actually didn't close in the 70s. It closed just a couple of years ago. It opened in the 70s, the mall, but it closed within the last decade.
Sure. And opened in the golden age of malls when
Yes.
when you could go get an Orange Julius and
Yes.
cruise the mall with your friends.
Yes.
And Hard Rock is for those who might not know, it's a pretty big brand in terms of resorts and casinos, right?
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons that a lot of people around Bristol are very excited about this. Hard Rock is a known quantity. They have casinos all over the world, and Hard Rock is known for its focus on music, which makes it, a lot of people think, a great fit for Bristol, which is known as the birthplace of country music. And had, tens of thousands of people come to Bristol every year for the Rhythm and Roots reunion, and birthplace of country music museum opened not that long ago in downtown Bristol. So Bristol and its environs are well known for music, and there are a lot of people who think that a Hard Rock casino, which will eventually include an amphitheater and also an indoor music venue, people think that will really add to the existing music in the area.
So, and I agree. I think that's the strength of it, is that they are using a theme that they already have. Like Bristol's already known for music, and they're trying to be more known for music, and this will only help that. So you did some reporting around kind of the immediate impact of these people who are used to living next to a closed mall or a mall with very little activity. How is this new going concern going to impact the folks who live real close to it?
It seems to really be an area in flux right now. There's a neighborhood that backs right up to the mall parking lot. The street that is closest to the mall is called Vita Drive. It's a short dead end street. It's about a fifth of a mile long. There's maybe 18 or 20 houses on the street. And within the last year, half of them have sold, most of them well above the assessed value. And many of them seem to be in the process of being converted into Airbnbs. You can't necessarily blame the high cost of houses on just the arrival of the casino. Bristol, like a lot of places around the country, has seen a spike in housing demand and a rise in housing prices. But I think the fact that so many of these are being turned into short-term rentals really does speak to the impact of the casino on that part of town in particular.
Sure. Sounds like the market is betting on the success, because otherwise those houses would be worth less, not more. And one thing about casinos, though, is their goal really is to be sticky, right? They want you to get out of your car, walk in the casino doors, gamble, stay in their hotel, eat in their restaurants, and go to music events that are all on site. How do you feel that, do you get the sense, and I know it's too early to know, but is this going to impact Bristol in the broader scale?
I think the next 2 years, while it's just a temporary casino, it might have less of an impact on other parts of town because there's no hotel, there's no other, entertainment venues there. It's really just the casino. But I talked to some people in downtown Bristol, which has seen a real resurgence in recent years. Lots of really cool restaurants and shops, a couple of boutique hotels, and there's a little bit of concern. They admit that they worry about the stickiness of the casino, but most people I talked to also said they believe that Hard Rock is really wanting to be a good community partner. That they've had lots of conversations with the Hard Rock folks about finding ways to partner with existing businesses. There's been talk of running a shuttle between the casino and downtown. And the casino actually is on the same road as downtown. It's about 3 miles away, but I think there's a hope that visitors will see it as one continuous district. And there's also the idea that some people who come to the casino may come with their families or their partner. One person might want to spend time in the casino, the other might not. So the one who doesn't might, take the shuttle into downtown Bristol and do some shopping.
Sure. And that is true. And also casinos are home to a lot of things like conferences and things where people do come, and maybe the golf course will see a boom, and all of these things might benefit. Well, I wanted to record this now because I look at this, we're here in July of, when this is recorded is July of 2022. And I think of this little episode as being kind of a time capsule, because I think we're going to be able to look back at this in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years and see, gee, what actually happened. So do you have, I know you're a reporter and you don't like to opine about things. What do you think? Where do you see it going?
I think it's really hard to say. There were several economic impact studies that were done on the casino and on casinos in Virginia generally, but they were all done before the pandemic. And so the numbers that these experts have come up with are, nobody's sure that they're accurate anymore as far as the number of visitors who might come. The Hard Rock is still saying they expect up to 4 million visitors a year once the full casino opens in 2 more years. Bristol is no stranger to large crowds, between the music offerings and Bristol Motor Speedway. I mean, there are tens, hundreds of thousands of visitors who come to Bristol every year, but the casino is going to be different. Those other visitors come for events, right? The casino is going to be a 24/7, 365-day-a-year attraction. And so I think it's going to be really interesting to see how Bristol's existing hospitality infrastructure can adapt to the changing visitor patterns.
Right. You're not just gearing up for one big event. It's one big event that never stops.
Right.
And I think, I'm going to end it here, but I want to come back. I know you're going to keep following this, and I'm really curious about things like social service agencies, folks around homelessness that can be a problem in some casino areas, or, again, people with gambling problems. There is a percentage of us who probably shouldn't gamble. So I want to, as you continue to follow this, we may follow up on this in a few months after this has gotten going, see if there has been any impact on that. But I think right now everything does look pretty rosy for Bristol. I think they're very excited about what's happening, and we're looking forward to continuing to follow it. Megan, as always, thank you so much for joining me for Cardinal News Update. I want to encourage people, if you haven't already, to subscribe to Cardinal News. The address has been up there on the screen during this presentation. I also would like you to subscribe to Blue Ridge PBS Echo so that you can see when new episodes are up and follow us in all the usual places. So thank you so much, Megan. Have a great week.
Thanks, Tom.